Hey, Sergeant Nick Ryans here with Ghost Ring Tactical, and in today's video I wanted to cover a question that we've been getting quite often. And that question is, what is the difference between our tactical camp and our urban tactics camp? So let me first start off by explaining the tactical camp. And with that camp, the best way I can explain it is it has more of a military theme, all right? So within that camp, we take a lot of information and really cram it into that 4 days that you're spending with us. So we're going to be covering handgun techniques. We're covering rifle techniques. We're doing shooting and moving. We're covering shooting from different shooting platforms, different positions. We're going to be covering shooting from around barricades. We roll into hand-to-hand combatives. Within the hand-to-hand combatives, we also cover weapon disarms. So if someone's trying to attack you with a knife, if someone's trying to attack you with a gun and you're unarmed, how do you take care of that? Other things that we do is we've got a obstacle course that we put you through. We do building clearing in that camp. We have a quarter-mile run and gun course that you do as a two-man team with your rifle. We have shoot or no shoot scenarios where you're utilizing you're using a UTM weapon. So it's basically you're shooting this little paintball rounds out of a somewhat real gun. Okay. We go into flashlight techniques. We have some night fire that we get into, and at the very end of the tactical camp is we have a final escape and evade test. All right, so now let's talk about our urban tactics camp. All right, so best way to explain this camp is that it has a armed citizen theme. All right, so your everyday citizen that is either carrying concealed or is carrying a weapon on them daily. All right, so all the work that we do in this camp is from concealed. Reason for this is that we see that a lot of people that do carry concealed don't practice presenting that weapon or drawing that weapon from concealed enough. So we get a lot of that done within this camp. So you'd be, again, using your own holster, the one you carry every day, so you get all that work done. All right, so you're gonna be drawn from concealed. You're gonna be learning how to engage close up, okay? Because again, a lot of engagements that you get into on the street are gonna be between 3 to 5 yards. So you've got to know what to do. We're going to be getting into shooting in crowds. All right. So first off, we'll start off with you shooting in crowds with just static targets, and then by the end of it, we get into actual real, moving supposed civilians and real bad guys shooting back at you. All right. We get into taking down bad guys while either protecting or moving your partner, significant other, whoever may be with you. Okay, so being able to get in front of that person and put bullets down at that bad guy, or grabbing that person, moving them to a safe spot again while taking shots at that bad guy. We get into how to clear buildings, but it's a little bit different in this one, where we're teaching you guys the slow and methodical way, but we're also teaching you how to clear a building if there's an active shooter. It's two different methods. We get into teaching you how to defend your house. We get into vehicle stuff. So shooting out of vehicles, shooting around vehicles. So basically shooting from inside a vehicle, getting out of the vehicle, shooting around the vehicle, moving from vehicle to vehicle. We get into how to properly use your vehicle or any vehicle as cover. How to shooting through windshields. We get into flashlight techniques. We get into shooting and moving at nighttime. We get into shooting and moving or shooting out and around vehicles at nighttime as well. And then we get into teaching you guys when deadly force should be used, okay, and when deadly force should not be used. We also cover TCCC or Tactical Combat Casualty Care, or TECC, whichever one you want to call it. Basically, we're teaching you how to plug holes and stop the bleeding on a partner or casualty that you may have in that area. All right. And then the final day, we spend a full day of scenarios. So all the drills that we drilled in day 1, day 2, and so on, we now apply these into real scenarios where there's real people. Okay, so there's role players in it, there's civilians walking around, then there's bad guys that actually shoot back at you to really show you what it's going to be like, or as close as we can to what it's going to be like to getting into a real engagement. We do this with our protection drills. We do this also with our vehicle drills. So you'll be in a vehicle and you'll be having to engage bad guys from inside the vehicle. You have to work your way outside the vehicle, and engaging real bad guys are actually shooting back. All right, so that's the main differences between our tactical camp and our urban tactics camp. They're two different themed, camps, and there's different skill sets taught at each one. Within each camp, we try not to overlap in techniques. Okay, there's only a few overlaps between the two. Most of the drills and techniques that we teach in tactical camp and urban camp are actually completely different. So we're not repeating ourselves, during these type of things. So now it's going to be up to you to decide which camp is going to be best for you, or if possibly both of the camps are best for you.